Hey guys, so what we're going to do today is you're going to watch a few videos that I've put together on Lesson 1 Special Angle Pairs from Unit 1B. So last week on Thursday, we went through the first 2 pages of the notes for this particular note packet, and we talked about our special angle pairs, our vertical angles, adjacent angles, linear pairs, complements and supplements. And then we did a few problems on this side of the page where we were given the diagrams and we had to identify what type of special angle pair we had, and then we had to solve for the angle values or the value of x within that particular angle value. Okay. Today what you're going to do is we are going to learn how to solve word problems that involve our special angle pairs. So what I've done here is I've set up a nice little bulleted point or a group of bulleted points for you guys to remember on how to solve a word problem. So after we read the particular word problem that we have, we're going to make sure that we're going to go through this list of bullet points. We need to make sure that we're defining the variables that we're going to use. This is a very important step. Then we're going to set up our equations. And then we're going to talk about substitution and elimination. So those are 2 Algebra 1 concepts that we're pulling in to this unit in pre-AP geometry. Okay, so here we go for the first question. So we have the measure of angle A is 18 more than 2 times its complement angle B. So we need to find the measure of angle A and we need to find the measure of angle B. So I'm going to go through these bullet points up here. The first thing that I'm going to do is define the variables that I will use. Well, I know that they're talking about finding the measure of angle A and the measure of angle B. So I'm going to let A equal the measure of angle A, and I'm going to define the variable B as the measure of angle B. Okay? So that's our step number 1. Step number 2 is we need to set up the equations using the word problem. So I have 2 hints here for you. Hint number 1 is you should have as many equations as you do variables. So I have 1 variable A and a second variable B, so I know in this step number 2 that I'm doing down here, I'm going to have 2 equations that I'm going to use. Okay. The second hint here, I know that I'm always going to have an easy equation, or it might be 2 easy equations if we have 3 variables that we're using the relationship between the angles if they're complements or if they're supplements. In this problem, they tell us that the measure of angle A is 18 more than its complement. So I know that angle A and angle B are going to be complements, and I know complementary angles add up to be 90 degrees. So I will set up this equation, A plus B equals 90, because I know that A and angle B are going to be 90 degrees. Then now what I need to do is use the rest of the word problem up here. So I'm going to decipher everything that's going on. The measure of angle A, we define that to be the variable A. So I've got that. Is means equals. 18 more than, if something's more than something else, it's an addition of that 18. And then we have 2 times the complement of angle B. Well, angle B, we represented it as B. 2 times angle B will just be 2B. So now I'm going to set up this equation down here. And I'm going to have A equals. Now, if you remember from Algebra 1, whenever you had something that said more than or less than, that went at the end of the equation that you set up. So instead of being 18 plus 2B, we will write this as 2B plus 18. Okay. Now, step number 3, we're going to solve the system using either substitution or elimination. So for this problem in number 7, it's actually set up really, really nicely for us to use substitution. Okay? And that's because this second equation here is already isolated for 1 variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this stuff that A is equal to, that 2B plus 18, and I'm going to replace it in for A right there into the top equation. So I will have 2B plus 18 plus that b, and that will equal 90. And then from here, I'm just going to combine my like terms on the left side. I have 2b and b, so that will be 3b, plus 18 equals 90. And then now I'm just solving my multi-step equation. So I'm taking away 18, so I will have 3b equals 72, and then I'm going to divide by 3. So 72 divided by 3, let's see. Okay, looks like b will be 24. Okay, now b is representing the measure of angle b, so I need to make sure that I put 24 degrees in my answer there. Okay, now that I know what b is, I'm going to use this equation right here to figure out what a will be. So I'm just going to put a little dash there. We know that a equals 2b plus 18. So now I'm going to take that value of b and substitute it in here. So 2 times 24 plus 18. And that is 48 plus 18. So a will be equal to 66 degrees. Okay. Now just to double check your work, if you add together a and b, it should be equal to 90. 66 plus 24 is definitely 90 degrees. And then if I do 2 times b, which is 48, 48 plus 18 should get us 66, and it does. So that's how we solve problem number 7.